Dear students, my name is Noshi Nizami. In today's session, we are going to discuss about Lorenz curve, which is a very important measurement method for income inequality. Let us try to see its definition first. So Lorenz curves show the actual quantitative relationship between percentage of income recipients and percentage of total income that they received during a time period. So by looking at Lorenz curve, you can get to know the variance of the size distribution of income from perfect equality. So how much is the distance? Variance implies how much is the distance of the incomes received, or you can say of the income recipients from a situation of perfect equality. So when one measures Lorenz curves, the diagram looks like this. So for understanding how to plot diagram, you always have to plot percentage of income recipients on x-axis. So 0 to 100 basically implies that it is in percentage. And the percentage of income, you may take it as national income on y-axis. Let us try to understand it with the help of a diagram. So as you saw in the previous diagram, we have plotted percentage of income recipients on x-axis and percentage of income on y-axis. Let's go further. This is known as the line of perfect equality. It's a 45-degree line which passes through the center of this rectangular box. Now what is the meaning of line of perfect equality? It basically implies that if Lorenz curve is this straight 45-degree line, that means that total income is equally distributed among all the people. So there is no inequality. Equal distribution of income is there in such a country. So you can interpret it further this way. So supposingly we look at this 20%, it basically implies 20% of income is going in the hands of 20% of the population. 45% of national income is going in the hands of 45% of the population, and 90% of the national income is going in the hands of 90% of the population. So this basically shows that there is equal distribution of income. Now in general, the Lorenz curve does not align with the line of equality, because that's a very ideal situation. You will generally see Lorenz curve as a curve which is starting from 0 and then it is bending. It's bending, and how much it is away from the perfect equality line can give you an idea of how much income inequality exists in such a country. Let's try to interpret with some random figures. So supposingly we are taking 50% of income, and we are trying to see that 50% of national income is going in the hands of how much population. So as per this Lorenz curve, 50% of national income is going in the hands of 85% of the population, which basically implies that there is high income inequality. Because what is the other implication? If 50% of the national income is going in the hands of 85% of the population, it means that remaining 50% of the income is going in the hands of 15% of the population. So that's quite a high inequality situation. Similarly, if we take another figure, so here 15% of national income is going in the hands of 50% of the population. That means that this is showing from 0 to 50, it's showing lower income groups, because these people who belong into such income groups are getting only 15% of the national income, while the remaining 50% of the people in the country are getting 85% of the income. So that's how you you can help analyze the data when you plot Lorenz curve. So generally, if you compare a normal Lorenz curve from the line of perfect equality, you will find that there is some distance between the two. And as I said earlier, the farther the Lorenz curve from the line of perfect equality, higher is the income inequality. The closer is the Lorenz curve to the line of perfect equality, lower is the income inequality. So that's how you interpret. So we have drawn one more Lorentz curve which is closer to line of equality. This basically implies, this blue colored Lorentz curve implies that in this country the income inequality is less. So let's do a quick check of how you can compare. So you can see there are three Lorentz curves in this diagram. One depicted by green, which is the ideal situation of equal distribution of income. Then the second one depicted by blue, which is relatively less inequality situation, and the third one is depicted by red, which is showing high income inequality. So if we have to interpret a single figure for all the three Lorentz curves, so we can take that 25% of the national income is going in the hands of how many people in each of these countries. So in the case of red colored Lorentz curve, you can say that 25% of national income is going in the hands of 60% of the population. This shows inequality. While if you compare it with the blue colored Lorentz curve, then 25% of national income is going in the hands of 45% of the population, which is a better picture compared to 60% of the population. So you can say that in the second Lorentz curve, the income inequality is less. While in the third one, 25% of national income is going in the hands of 25% of the population. So this coincides with the line of equality. So this is how in general you can interpret a Lorentz curve depending upon its distance from line of equality. There are two extreme cases of Lorentz curve. One is the line of perfect equality, which was passing through the center of the rectangular box, and second is the line of extreme inequality. So here the Lorentz curve coincides with these axes, x and y axis, inverted L. You can see this black color highlighted region. This is actually Lorentz curve. So this is showing a situation where there is extreme inequality. That means one person is getting all the national income. So 100% of the national income is in the hands of one person. This is the situation depicted by line of extreme inequality, or what you know as inverted L, inverted Lorentz curve, inverted L-shaped Lorentz curve. Another property of Lorentz curve is that Lorentz curves cannot cross. So if Lorentz curves cross, it basically becomes very difficult to make interpretation of which country is comparatively more unequal. So it's not that they do not cross in reality. You will find Lorentz curves crossing it, but then the interpretation and the conclusions are difficult to understand and analyze. So with respect to policy, it brings about a confusing picture, because in half of the region you will feel that one country has more inequality, while in the another half of the region you will find that some other country has high inequality. So it's difficult to compare both the countries. So this was all about Lorentz curve and how you can measure inequality using Lorentz curve. In the next session we are going to discuss about Gini coefficient, how Gini coefficient is used to measure income inequality. Till then, all of you take care and have a very good time ahead. Stay safe. Thank you.